All right, so for those of y'all that don't know, um, last week, last week I went on this journey. My partner and I, we went on this journey from Sunday to Saturday. So last week, the journey from Sunday to Saturday, because we was preparing for the eclipse, right? The full moon lunar eclipse in Aquarius, right? So as we were preparing for it, we did a fast. And during the fast, one of the things for the fast, it was centered around the frequencies of each day, right? So each day has an energetic frequency attached to it, right? From Sunday all the way to Saturday. Now, these are things that I was getting ready to start teaching people. Um, but I'm just gonna tell y'all, I did my own investigative martyr thing when it came to it, right? So Sunday, everything was cool. Sunday, and we talk about last week, right? This is a whole new week. Okay, so last week we were still in Arizona, but this week we were in Arizona in Sedona, right? So our ultimate goal when we left from the East Coast was to come out here, go to Arizona, but to go to Sedona specifically. All right, we're healers. um we're really wrapped up in healing energy and really trying to tap in, or really focused on tapping in um to the modalities that are around here, right? Because there's a lot of healing energy in Arizona, right? Like it's a portal in itself. So we got to go to all of these different portals in Sedona. But this all started the beginning of September, right? So September 1st, last week Sunday started off on August the 30th, right? August the 31st. That was the end of the month, right? Going from the end of August and transitioning into September, right? So I decided, I was like, hey man, we're gonna do a fast. We're gonna get ourselves set up. 9 is the month of completion. So yeah, let's set ourselves up. We had build or destroy in the month of August. Now we in the month of completion. We've been rolling with this whole 369. We know the things that occurred for us in the third month, things that occurred for us in the sixth month, and now we're experiencing certain things in this ninth month of the year, right? So those are all of your mutable energies, right? 3, 6, 9, and 12, right? So all right, Sunday energy was cool, right? Sunday, solar plexus, Leo, fifth house, boom, 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 528 frequency. Man, we started Sunday off smooth, right? It was like the pre-fast before the real fast, right? It was August 31st. All right, we had a little bit of comfort food to transition into the fast, nothing major. We were gonna be eating raw foods. We was gonna be eliminating sugary stuff out of our diet. It was just mainly just getting ourselves in alignment, getting in tune, right? So Sunday was cool, 528 frequency. That's how it goes, right? Monday was cool. So you look at it, honor thy father and thy mother, right? So Sunday is the father, Monday is the mother, right? The sun and the moon, right? Honor the sun and the moon so your days will be longer, right? So honor thy father and thy mother, right? So your days, right? You're the rising, right? So sun, moon, and rising. All right. You can always hear me address people like that. Sun, moon, rising. That's who I'm talking to. I'm talking to the father in you, the son, the father portion of you, the mother portion of you, and that inner child of you, right? So those are the first 3 days of the week, right? Sunday, father, Monday, mother, Tuesday, inner child, right? Solar plexus, sacral, and the root. All right, so yeah, Monday we hit it with the cardinal energy. Sunday was the fixed energy. Monday was the cardinal energy. This is last week, right? Cardinal energy 417. That's when the fast actually started. September 1st. First day, first actual day, right? The first actual day of September, right? So we stepping into September boldly. It was on a Monday, lined up with what we do anyway, right? It's Monday. Huh? Oh, because it's Monday born mentality, what we do, right? So everything is centered around us being born on a Monday, right? For other people, you born on a Wednesday, you have the mentality of a Wednesday born, right? Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's what we are about. We are about harnessing the power of the day you were born, right? Because there is energy attached to it. All right. So yes. On Monday, it was a 417 frequency, cardinal energy. We was tapped into the moon. All right, we were really, really rocking. So Pops was on his thing on Sunday. Mom's was on her thing on Monday. This was last week, right? So we good, right? By Tuesday, things got a little wonky. All right, this is how things go, right? So by Tuesday, things got a little wonky between my partner and I. All right. We had a miscommunication. Our miscommunication led to a little bit of tension. All right, we still separately was continuing on with our fast, but our miscommunication led to a little tension on Tuesday, right? Tuesday is all about warlike energy, right? Feet shod with the preparation of peace, though, right? So when you think about the energy of Tuesday and what Tuesday represents, we started off that morning, and I can admit, part of me, I was a little frustrated. We hadn't been sleeping in the same bed, not really by design or by negativity, I don't believe, but that's how I took it, right? Um, that's how I took it, and it wasn't actually a discussion. It was more so just like two individuals um moving how they felt like they wanted to move, right? So nothing really negative or anything like that. We just I could tell, you could tell we weren't on the same page, right? So Tuesday I go to the salon, right? I go to the salon, I go get a pedicure. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, man, I'm ready to walk into these blessings, right? You know how you ready? You like, man, I'm ready to walk the path God set for me. You know, you tapped in, you tapped in, you ready, right? So what's the first thing I need to do if I'm ready to walk the path God set for me, man? I probably need a pedicure. I probably need a pedicure. These feet is rough, you know. These feet are rough, right? Feet shod with the preparation of peace. Okay, we started off our day in a warlike type tone. All right, I need to get my feet shod for the preparation of peace. All right, cool. Let me go ahead and get my feet done. Sun moon rising, buddy. Sun moon rising. Yes, sun moon rising, love. What's up, Edge? Sun moon rising. What's up? You had a good sleep? Good sleep. Yep. Our Tyler just woke up. He got him some rest. So that was super dope, right? So, so yeah. So this is Tuesday, right? Energy was all over the place, right? So we kind of honed in the energy a little bit, not much. But then Wednesday, Mercury, right? Mercury, the planet of communication and stuff like that. We did not communicate. Wednesday, there was no communication. All right, no communication. Um, and that was a part of our story, right? That was a part of our journey. That was a part of our story. All right, but Wednesday, that's when you got to that mutable energy, right? So it can go either way. It can go either way. She was fasting, I'm fasting, but we really not communicating, right? She's doing her thing. I moved off of Bigo. I was like, man, I'm cool. I don't want to be bothered. Um, I was like scaling back from Bigo, right? But that was one of the things that was discussed with this new moon or this full moon. This full moon being in Aquarius was about, and this eclipse, right? It was about realizing that certain spaces, sudden, like there were going to be sudden changes in certain spaces where you were just going to be like, I'm good. I don't need this anymore, right? And not from a negative standpoint, but just from a the 11th house, well, what Aquarius is all about community, right? Um, and it was starting to, you were starting to see where there were cracks in the communities that we were building. All right. So when I noticed that, I was like, all right, I'll just scale back. I don't have to be an asshole to anybody. But even my partner was telling me that I'm being an asshole because my way of scaling back is I just won't talk to nobody. I'm not giving you no explanation. I be feeling like people know what they doing, right? So for me to come to you and to go give you an explanation of what I felt that you were doing, what I saw that you were doing, which you probably I feel like you knew you were doing, just for you to then in turn I go and give you, I come and I'm telling you how I feel about it just for you to try and play on my what I feel like you're gonna try and play on my top and make it seem like you wasn't doing exactly what I felt. I feel like I'm gonna skip the middleman and not waste my time doing that, right? So I just be like, all right, I'm just gonna scale back, right? I'll scale back, right? And if it's gonna be some shit where we come back and chop it up with each other, cool. And if not, then that's cool too, right? This is another thing that you'll start realizing about me. I've been moving about releasing attachments, not having attachments to anything, right? Not having attachments to anything outside of my connection with self and the divine. All right, in that connection, I will be instructed on where I'm supposed to be, who I'm supposed to deal with, and stuff like that, right? And things still move in alignment, right? So it was a mutable energy on Wednesday. We thinking about, you know what I'm saying? You look at the duality on Wednesday too, because you got air and earth. Okay, Wednesday, Mercury energy. So you got the masculine version of the air with Gemini, then you got the feminine version of Earth with Virgo, right? So it's that balance. It's that super balance on Wednesday that you gotta figure out. You know what I'm saying? So that's a three. technically it's a three, you know what I'm saying? It's a 369 frequency because you got the third house, the sixth house, and then we still tap in with the ninth house. But on Wednesday, we really look at 639, 693, stuff like that, right? They don't really show a frequency for 369 because you are the 369 frequency. All right. But cool. Yeah, certain things I think be bothering people when they hear it, but I'm cool, right? So um yeah, so the frequency on that day, tapped into the frequency of the day. The frequency of the day was cool. I was cool with the frequency and everything was straight, right? So Wednesday, what's up, buddy? Wednesday, Jamari, come sit down and give you some water, okay? Wednesday was its own day. So by Thursday, right? By Thursday, like I started to stop feeling well on Wednesday, right? So you have to understand where your body lets you know that there's dis-ease. Okay. There was dis-ease. So I was having an issue. Wednesday is attached to the throat chakra. Again, I'm telling you, me and my partner were not speaking, right? We were not communicating effectively. All right. And that was affecting my body physically. Like it was affecting my body physically to the point where I had started running, like my sinuses was going off the rails. So my third eye and my throat was off kilter. All right. It was a problem. Right. It was a problem. I go outside, I sunbathe. When I go outside and I'm laying in the sun, I'm sunbathing. Me and the dog, we just out there sunbathing in the sun. And while I'm out there, spirit is talking to me, letting me know, okay, you're not wrong with the other thing that you feeling. But you and your partner, y'all need to get this together. All right, y'all got shit to do. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, cool. I respect it. Right. Sat out there, listened, did my sunbathing. I was like, all right, cool. Pops was talking to me. You know what I'm saying? Pops talked to me. Look, Pops talked to me during the sun, right? And then Moms was talking to me in the evening, right? And they was getting my little ass together all the way through and through, right? So you got a 24 hours of the day, right? Where you can tap in with Pops and you can tap in with Moms. You know what I'm saying? 24 hours in your day where you could tap in with the both of them, right? You tap in with you could what's up, soul brother? You could tap in with Pops throughout the day, the sun, and you could tap in with Moms in the evening with the moon, right? And see how your day navigates. And then chop it up with your cousins. You know what I'm saying? Chop it up with your cousins, all of these other placements, right? Mars, Mercury, all of these other placements, right? Then you tap in with them. So at the end of the day, right, by Thursday, that's when things started to make sense, right? So we moved into Jupiter energy on Thursday. And with that, my partner's secondary day is Thursdays, right? My partner's secondary day is Thursday, and I rock with it, right? So she already had a plan of what she was gonna do on Thursday, right? And I'm like, all right, I respect it. Yeah, I respect it. I knew she was gonna have a nice little come up on Thursday, right? I knew this. We talked on Wednesday. Started to navigate our way through our issues on Wednesday, all right, just so that we can speak, right? So we started to navigate our way through our issues on Wednesday. So by the time we got to Thursday, we were communicating a little bit more effectively than we were on Wednesday. All right. So during this transitional phase on Thursday, now you starting to think about crown chakra energy, right? Crown chakra is all about expansion. Thursday is all about expansion. So when you look at it and you dealing with it, you like, all right, cool, let's expand. You know what I'm saying? And we got to experience expansion on Thursday. I'm not gonna go into detail about it. It's none of y'all business. But believe me, we experienced some expansion on Thursday, right? So we basically been moving in alignment. The funny thing is we started this on Saturday. We started it last Saturday, right? Not this past Saturday, but the last Saturday of August, we started it there and we received a level of expansion on that day before we started the fast, right? So Thursday, then we turned around and we received some more expansion just by staying in alignment, right? Following in sequence with what was going on. We received some more expansion on Thursday. So on Friday, this is where everything got hella beautiful. This is where shit got hella beautiful. Okay. On Friday, all right. Now we back dealing with, and Friday is my day, right? So I'm a Taurus rising. So based on how people look at charts, they say your rising sign is connected to your chart ruler. us at Monday Born Mentality, we believe the day of the week rules everything about you, right? And the day of the week is the key ingredient, right? But from a traditional standpoint, when it comes to astrology, they say your rising sign, whatever your rising sign is, that becomes your chart ruler, right? So I'm a Taurus rising, my son is a Taurus rising. My partner is a Pisces rising. So Neptune Thursday, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, Thursday becomes her day because she's a Neptune rising. Well, she's her rising sign is attached to Neptune, so Thursday is attached to Neptune. So expansion, right? Expansion. So Friday was my day, right? Me and my sons that we wake up in the morning, moon out there, she out there beautiful looking at us, you know what I'm saying, before the sunrise, moon out there looking at us beautifully. We got out there first where the stars were still out, and we could, you know what I'm saying, we could really tap in with them. Saw Venus, the morning star, saw Jupiter, and the conjunction that they had with each other. uh Venus was in Cancer at the yeah, Venus was in Cancer at the time. Jupiter was in Gemini. So we looking at this, we feeling this energy. You know what I'm saying? We feeling this is on Friday. You know what I'm saying? We wake up that morning, it's feeling good. It's feeling good. We navigate Friday with love. All right. We navigate Friday with love. And what happens? What happens? Man, we get in the car. We get in the car. Uh, I'm tripping. That was either Thursday or Friday. I'm gonna have to get back with my partner and nope, Thursday. Hold on. So Thursday, the thing with the car happened on Thursday, right? Expansion. Yes. Did you want some coffee? Oh, I can. Yeah, yes, please, man. Yeah. So on Thursday, I forgot to tell y'all. Where is that empty? Nah, it is. This ain't. Oh. Huh? So on Thursday, man. On Thursday, let me tell y'all. This is the funny part, right? So So in order for all right, so we make up, right? We start making up on Thursday, right? So I'm like, I'm gonna take her out to go eat. You know what I'm saying? That this before we experience the beauty of what happened on Friday, right? But on Thursday, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna take us out to eat, man. We're gonna go down, we're gonna go into the city, we're gonna go get something to eat, right? I found some place. It's supposed to be like some like southern type home like cuisine, right? So I'm like, all right, cool, yeah, let's do that, right? Car has a malfunction on our way to go get something to eat, right? We don't really panic. We see what the situation is. We see what the situation is. All right. But then we have another disconnect. So we get connected and then get disconnected within the same day, right? We get a connection and then we get disconnected throughout that day. Um just because I wasn't on the same page. I wasn't on the same page and I wasn't fully leading with love. I was leading with frustration. All right. I was leading with frustration. Even in a situation that did not have to be even in a situation where we were covered. And there wasn't frustration around, right? So my partner and I we get to the shop. We get to the shop to get the car fixed and we separate, right? She goes off on a journey of her own. Me and our son, we go off on a journey of our own, right? And we all come back together, right? Because we don't know what time the car gonna get fixed, right? The water pump had went bad while we were driving. Mind you, we drove this whole car from Pennsylvania to Arizona. So to just experience, and it's an older vehicle, right? So just the fact that we got all the way here, and that was just the major experience that we went through, is just a testament to how on this faith journey, God has been with us, right? This faith journey, we've received favor, we received mercy, we received grace throughout this whole journey, and I love it, I respect it, and I'm thankful, right? So this happens on Thursday, and she gets to go and have this amazing experience that she details on her podcast where she gets in a self-driving vehicle. All right, she gets in a self-driving vehicle and she enjoys herself, right? She enjoys herself. She gets to interact with her people, with her fans, and talk about if they would, you know what I'm saying, potentially get in a self-driving vehicle and stuff like that. But it was a dope experience. Our son and I, we went, sat down, and ate the food. It wasn't really hitting on nothing. Could have saved our money, right? We could have saved our money. It wasn't really hitting on nothing, but it was cool. It was cool. We got to go in there, sit down, enjoy the ambiance and stuff like that. So that was cool, right? So we linked back up at the car dealership. She went to go get herself some stuff, had some little pampering time, you know what I'm saying? So it was cool, right? We needed to separate because our energies at the time where after it had dissipated, it was starting to collide again. And spirit knew, okay, let me separate these because they got way too much that they need to do, and there's too many negative outside influences that are trying to deter them, right? So we get all the way back that Thursday, and we kind of like navigate through the rest of the evening, right? We navigate through the rest of the evening. We get on the same page. She ends up going to go do something. I know what's going to happen when she goes to go do what she's doing, right? I know what's going to happen. I know the success that she's getting ready to experience, right? I already feel it. So I give her a couple dollars just on some. I was being funny too. We was having our Bronx Tale moment, right? I told her this later on, right? So I give her a couple dollars just to see how she was gonna respond to what I knew was getting ready to happen, right? So I wake up in the morning, she comes home and she throws an envelope of money in my face. It's an envelope filled with cash. She throws it in my face to wake me up. Not in a disrespectful way, but just to wake me up. Like, wake up, fool. You know what I'm saying? So she done threw this money in my, what's up, Massey? She done threw this money in my face, you know what I'm saying, to wake me up. And I'm like, all right, cool. This Friday morning, right? This is Friday morning after Thursday expansion time. So she wakes me up. She wakes me up with this envelope filled with money, right? And I'm like, all right, cool. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? So she wakes me up with this envelope filled with money on coming from expansion Thursday going into Venus Love Friday. So Venus Love Friday, again, we wake up that morning with Venus Love Friday. And I'm telling y'all how beautiful this was, right? We wake up that Venus Love Friday last week. And when we woke up that morning, like Venus, the morning star, out in the sky, right in front of us, right? Looking directly at us. Okay. Venus was right there looking at us. Jupiter was right there. Like we literally, I got an app where I could check all this stuff out, right? So I'm tapped in with it. I'm like, hell yeah, this is cool. The moon was out there getting ready to put itself in a position to go fully full on Saturday, right? Because it was Friday. So it was the night before the actual full moon. So I'm rocking with it. I'm like, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? So we get up, we go to the botanical gardens. That's what the move was. It was like, all right, man, let's get up, let's go to the botanical gardens, let's go enjoy, you know what I'm saying? Let's go enjoy some experiences, right? So we go to the botanical gardens on Friday. That turns into a beautiful setting, right? All Friday, Venus Love Heart Chakra Friday, man. You could see it was just beauty surrounding that day, right? We running into people, we talking to people about green. We just had a dope, we had a pretty dope experience, right? We get to go put our flyer. All right. So for those of y'all that don't know, we got our own little flyers and everything. So we got to go, and this was longer. It was bigger at first, right? So we go to a metaphysical shop after we leave the um, botanical gardens, right? So we go to this metaphysical shop, and when we go to this metaphysical shop, at the metaphysical shop, they allow us to put our flyers out there, right? The lady was like, you should make it smaller though, so it's a lot easier. And I ain't think about it like that, but I'm like, all right, cool, thank you. Thank you. All right. So we do the flyer, we do the flyer, and um we do the flyer, we leave it, and we come back home. So we just gonna enjoy the rest of our Friday. We ain't tripping. And I done made it up in my mind as the patriarch of the family. I'm like, man, we going to Sedona tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was on. Like, yo, we finna go to Sedona tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm thinking. I'm like, this is gonna be a great time. We're gonna go to Sedona, right? So we're gonna wake up that Saturday, and it's the last day of the week, third eye, right? Like, man, we're gonna go to Sedona. We're gonna go to Sedona, and we're gonna go and experience the beauty of being in Sedona, right? So that's what the move was. That's what the move was. So this leads all the way up to Saturday. This is the end of that first week of fasting, right? So the challenges that we experienced throughout all of that, we go through all of that, and we sat there in that Saturday, and we like, all right, cool. So that Saturday we drive and we get on the road and we drive to Sedona. It's 2 hours from where we are, right? So we like, yeah, that was the goal. We going to Sedona. So this is we went from Sunday to Saturday when it comes to the fasting, right? So we're getting ready to start our next phase of our journey. We're gonna go through this full moon in Sedona. That was the goal, right? Let's go feel that energy. So we get down in Sedona, man. We having a great time. We get there that Saturday. We can't really check into the spot that we're going to yet. So we go straight to the Holy Cross. It's one of the vortexes, right? We go straight to the Holy Cross. We go up there. It's a nice little hike. We go up there, take some pictures, enjoy the scenery. Very beautiful scenery. I gotta charge it, okay? So we up there, right? We up there, and then from there we decide to go to this place called the Birthing Cave. Now, this is going to be the interesting part of this story, right? Because again, this is Saturday. This is Saturday. We were only going to stay from Saturday to Sunday. We was going to come back Sunday, right? So it's going to be a day trip. Stay overnight, come back the next day, right? So we go to the Birthing Cave on Saturday when we first get there, but it's crowded. It's crazy out there and it's hella hot, right? And we like, man, we can come back tomorrow. Or once we get settled in, man, we can come back later on that night, right? That didn't happen. We didn't come back the next day either, right? So we get out of there, we go sit down, get something to eat. We sit down, get something to eat, have a nice interaction with the young lady that's taking our order. And again, we asked them, can we put our flyers up? Can we put our flyers up there? Because again, we're in Sedona. It's people got flyers everywhere that you want to get healed. Healing looks different for everybody, right? Okay, healing looks different for everybody, and there's enough space for everybody to be able to help people heal, right? If there's people that want healing, the method that we use might be something that this person needs, right? The method that you use might be something somebody else needs, right? It's just a matter of being available to assist people with their methods. And I'm not gonna sit here and kind of like berate another person's method. We gonna speak frankly about certain things, right? That's just gonna be how I'm gonna be, right? I'm not gonna sugarcoat and make it seem like the planetary alignment is someplace that we can all go out in the sky and notice that it's not, right. I'm not gonna do that. All right, but I'm not gonna berate somebody because they feel like this more aligns with them than anything else, right? So don't knock no pork chop off my plate if I ain't gonna knock one off of yours. That type of energy, right? So we go to Sedona and it's like, yeah, man, they let us put the thing up there, man. The lady was like, oh yeah, yeah, that's dope. We having conversations, man. It's always when you're in positive spaces, like, can you imagine being in a like I noticed that too. I noticed that too while we were out there. People are not upset. Like I didn't run into people with like chaotic energy. Like you're in a peaceful, serene place. You're not running, and I'm talking about all like Wahites, like people of other nationalities. I'm running into positive people, positive energy from all of these people, from all of these other nationalities, older, younger, didn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Older, younger, didn't matter, man. You could be in the inner city and you could feel the hatred uh from the moment you walk out of your house until you get to your first destination. But being out in that peaceful, serene area, man, all I felt was peace. And that was amazing. That was one of the most beautiful things to me, just feeling that peace, right? Feeling that connection with everybody, right? Like people realizing that we are all connected. No animosity, you know what I'm saying? I actually went in and had an aura reading where I let them take a picture of me and take a picture of my aura. So things that I felt like was going on with me, they reiterated that I'm good. I'm good when they took the picture of my aura and showed the colors that were radiating off of me and stuff that people have been saying. Yeah, bro, your heart chakra is super, super off. Your heart chakra is super open to give and receive love. There are other aspects within your chakras that are super open, right? That are super open. Continue doing what you're doing. If you find yourself in a space where things not don't seem right, just go ground real quick. But other than that, your chakras is on point right now. You're moving in alignment. So if you feel like you got to remove people out of your circle, out of your space, you're okay. I had like 4 or 5 people reiterate to me that I was not wrong in my, and these people, I wasn't even talking to them. It was just energies. Like it was just coming like, no, this is the energy that's going on right now, right? Even when you are a reader, sometimes readers have to be read. Therapists have to be there. You know what I'm saying? Have to receive therapy. Like it's all doctors get doctored on, right? People that cut hair, barbers get their hair cut, you know what I'm saying, by other people. So sometimes you got to step out. You have to step out and get, um, and get other information, right? So I ended up having 2 reads within 48 hours, right? I had my first read on Friday on heart chakra Venus. I went in and chopped it up with a lady. And I don't really do, and this is my first time doing something like that because I don't rock like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily rock like that, but I felt like it was time for me to give my energy to the movement, right? Because this is a movement that I'm a part of, and I want that energy to be reciprocated. And I receive people that come over and say, "Hey, man, hey, I like what you doing over there, man. Can you help me navigate what I got going on using your template, using your approach, right? Because all of these approaches are combined. They're combined, right? These are approaches that are meant to help everybody, right? Not all fasts work for everybody. Not all approaches work for everybody, but this particular approach, I can show you how it's been working for me. And if you want to gravitate towards it, cool. If not, I wish you the best and everything. No love lost. You know what I'm saying? Nothing like that. So yeah, on Saturday, we're in Sedona. We're in Sedona. We get situated. We get situated at we eat. We get situated at our spot, and then we kind of like try and figure out, okay, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do, right? Um, and I don't even think we really did much on the first day. On the first day, I want to say that night we went back to this so there are different trails, right? You have masculine trail, feminine trail, masculine and feminine trails, but there's different energies, right? So different energies for different trails, right? So we went back to this feminine trail because it was Saturday, right? Saturday is a feminine day, right? So you start the week off on a masculine day and you end the week off on a feminine, right? um so Sunday to Saturday, right? So Saturday being a feminine day, we was like, all right, man, we're gonna go back up here and go check out these the feminine energies. But we went there late at night, right? We went there hella late at night, right? And this is the day of the full eclipse. Right? No, no, that was Sunday. I'm tripping. Y'all forgive me. Y'all forgive me. The eclipse was on Sunday. Let me double check. Yeah, the eclipse was on Sunday, so my fault. My fault. I've been talking like the eclipse was on Saturday, man. That's how much stuff has occurred within these last, and it feel like it all ran together, right? So the eclipse was on Sunday, okay, which has its own dopeness attached to it, right? Because you had a connection between sun and moon on that day, right? That father mother connection and an eclipse, right? Very beautiful, right? So Saturday, yeah, we didn't. My apologies, right? So Saturday we ended up going back. We ended up going back to this feminine energy place. It was called Cathedral Rock, right? So we ended up going to Cathedral Rock, and when we go to Cathedral Rock, it's nothing really going on over there, right? It was cool. It was a cool little situation, but it's at night. It's pitch black. It's me, her, and the baby, right? It's me, her, and the baby. We just wanted to go and see like what it felt like being there, right? So we go out there. We know we're gonna come back the next day and actually do the trail, right? So we go and we just sit out there under the moon, enjoying the peaceful serenity of just being out there under the moon. You know what I'm saying? Because even though the full moon wasn't at its like highest point, right? It was still showing the visibility in the sky, like it was really shining on you. You know what I'm saying? Still really shining on you, right? So we enjoying that. We enjoying that, right? We out there experiencing it. We drive back to the room and we like, all right, cool. The next day we're gonna get up and we're gonna start hitting trails, right? But we leaving the next day. This is what we think. We like, yeah, we leaving the next day on Sunday. Uh-uh. All right, look, let's stay another night. All right, cool. Wake up in the morning, go down there. Let me go call these people. Hey, what does it go cost to stay another night? All right, it's gonna be this. All right, cool. Let's do it. All right, now we know our day is good. We gonna go out here, we gonna have a fun, right? So we just gonna leave on Monday, right? So it's Sunday, it's the day of the eclipse. We finna have a great time. We go to the first trail. It's just the three of us, right? We leave the dog in the room. You know what I'm saying? We leave our dog in the room so he can relax, right? We just gonna do a couple little trails real quick. Then we're gonna come back, relax, and then we'll get back out again later on and go do some more, right? So we do the first two trails. We do the feminine trail at Cathedral Rock that that we said we were gonna do the first time, right? We do that trail, and then we go do I want to say it's the mescal trail, which is the masculine trail, right? And our son rides with us on both of them. We only did halfway on the Cathedral Rock, like that mug. We got like a middle ground on that, and if y'all could have seen the pictures of how much further we had to go up, and we stopped right there at this little middle ground. It was a lady that was sitting there. I love my son, man. He's so amazing, right? Like he's 4. He's about to be 4, but he pays attention to what we do, right? He pays attention when he sees us meditating, stuff like that. So he sees this lady sitting down on this rock meditating. And he runs up to her and he sits down right next to her and starts meditating too. Like he's like I said, "Oh man!" But I was worried about trying to get him further up that mountain, right? Because when we stopped and with the lady that was meditating, she was talking about how her husband and this lady they had just met, their husbands went all the way to the top, and her husband called her from all the way up there and was like, "Yeah, no, it's gonna be a no. Don't come all the way up here. This shit is crazy." So I'm like, all right, cool. And I didn't want to leave my family, right? I didn't want to leave my family. Um, so I said, all right, cool. This is a good little stopping point, man. We proud of ourselves for even making it this way. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm seeing they had the little notes on there. So we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back without our son, man, or wait till he gets a little bit older and take him to. I really want I want to retreat. Like all of the people that I care about, man. We go out there and we go do these trails, man. 7 different trails. You got 7 different vortexes. So these is portals, man. Portals of energy. You know what I'm saying? Um, Eventually I want to do this thing. There's 7 different energetic points around the world that are attached to the chakras as well. All right. But they're all over the world. From the root chakra all the way to the crown chakra. There are different points, different chakra points over the world. You can look this up, okay? That have energies that are attached to each one of the chakras. Let the moment that I got this money that I'm looking forward to, y'all not gonna see me on this app. I can promise y'all that. The moment that y'all stop seeing me on this app for more than 30 days, just know he didn't hit. And if you ain't got my regular number, it is what it is. But yeah, that is the ultimate goal, is to hit and disappear. I don't know about people that be wanting to goddamn be seen. I do not want to be seen. All right. I ain't no Sagittarius. I am an Ophiuchus. I don't want to be seen. I will I will help people heal from someplace where I am not visible. You know what I'm saying? I am not visible. And I'll be the type of person that if people really want to heal and I'm in a position, yeah, come on, you can come to this retreat. I'll pay for it. I'll pay for it. They know, like the creators know who I am on the inside. On the inside. You know what I'm saying? They know who I am on the inside, man. So that's why I think they went and had me do the little aura picture and was like, man, just take a picture. Let me show you exactly what your aura is showing. Let me show you. You got people trying to tell you who you are, or trying to put out misinformation about who you could potentially be. Just because you read people's energy so easy. You can read bullshit, right? I am a bullshit decoder. Okay, I'm a Scorpio Mercury. Everything. I'm not gonna say everything has a fundamental, like a foundational principle that are attached to your chart. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna be the person that'll come out here and say that. Unpopular opinion, maybe, but yes, yes. These were the initial instructions that you got when you arrived. They gave you a blueprint. That blueprint is in your chart. It's in your chart. It gives you directional things about what you should do. And then you can look at your blueprint and then you can look at your environment and see where the things in your environment have been contradictory to your blueprint. The people in your path have been contradictory to your blueprint or have facilitated areas of your blueprint unbeknownst to you. You know what I'm saying? But you get back to that original blueprint, you gonna see. You gonna see, because I'm not gonna sit here and think that I'm just so special that it only works for me. I'm not gonna do that. If I'm seeing the significance and the synchronicities and the stuff that has occurred in my life, I know that these things are available in other people's lives. And my only goal is when I have information, people that want to fuck with it, I'm gonna bring it to you. And we're gonna talk about it. All right. But I'm no longer just gonna be running out to people, right? Not I don't want to be that street preacher that's out there like everybody. Nah, no, no. Let people 555, right? We're gonna let people come, right? And they already know what I've been looking for, man. Let's put things in a position, and we're gonna start having like retreats and stuff like that, right? Where people can come in because the proof is in the pudding, right? A lot of times people don't believe in things that they don't see, right? Y'all didn't see the things that have occurred. Like if we chronicled the things that have occurred in our lives since we decided this, like I run into people out here. I've run into people out here who we tell our story to, and they like, that is amazing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not looking for people to be like, oh, that's amazing. I'm just like, yeah, when you when you follow the path that you and the creators have started to connect and make, yes, you're gonna run through challenges. Don't get that twisted, man. You're gonna run through challenges, but the challenges that you face are not going to feel as monumental as it was when you're disconnected. Right. So let me finish this story. Right. Let me finish this story. So Sunday, right? So we Saturday was cool, right? So Sunday, let's go, baby. Let's go. We move into Sunday, right? Sunday, first day of the week. We just went through a whole week of fasting. This is Sunday in Sedona. What we talking about? Sunday in Sedona. Full moon lunar eclipse in Aquarius. Let's go. Right? Wake up, do a little bit of and I'm not real big on rituals and stuff like that, but I had this one little thing that was going on and I was like, all right, cool, let me rock with it. You know what I'm saying? I got three people in my life that was born on a Sunday, man. So that's another thing, man. You talk about calling in ancestors and stuff like that, right? You need to know what you need to be doing when it comes to calling in ancestors, right? I got Sunday born ancestors. I'm gonna call y'all in on Sunday. Yeah, yep. These my Sunday born ancestors. Come on, let me holler at y'all. My Monday born ancestors. Let me holler at you. My Tuesday born ancestors, right? I talk to my ancestors based on the days of the week that they arrive. You feel me? You know, that's me though. That's me though. I can't force other people to rock with it like that, right? But that's a thing for me, right? And it's helpful, right? Because that's an acknowledgement to you talking to these people in your lineage. Like, man, I know where you came from. I know what you was on. I know, yeah, all right, cool. All right, I need your assistance right now, right? This is your day. I need your assistance to navigate through this day. Thank you for coming before me and for providing the guidance that you did. All right, cool. This is Sunday. This is the energy and the beauty about it for me that I noticed on that day, right? So it was from both sides of my family, right? So my paternal grandmother, born on a Sunday. My maternal grandfather, born on a Sunday. And my oldest uncle, born on a Sunday. So yeah, I'm calling in all three of them. I'm calling because that's Leo energy, right? Sunday is Leo energy, right? My one uncle, traditionally he was the oldest. They would have looked at him as a Leo. I would have loved to have that conversation because I could see the cancer in him. His birthday was August the 3rd. The sun wasn't it wasn't in Leo at the time. It was in Cancer, and I could see he rode hard for his family, but he was born on a Sunday, so he was attached to Leo energy anyway. So you see that balance between Leo and Cancer energy, and I'm like, I love that. I loved that seeing, you know what I'm saying? Seeing that when it came from him, man, you knew this was a uncle. His name was Abraham, and Uncle Abraham. he had goddamn grandkids, great grandkids, great grandkids. Like he literally was like a huge patriarch of the family, right? And him and my mom passed in the same year. They were the bookends. He was the oldest brother. She was the baby sister, right? Him born on a Sunday, her born on a Tuesday, right? So shout out to her and my grandma and them because today is their day, right? And then my two of my kids born on a Tuesday, and then I got other energy attached to Tuesday. So go back to your family tree. Go back to your family tree. You'll start seeing the energies in your family line, man, that are attached to certain days, man. And you see how, okay, how do I navigate this? Fuck a sign. Forget a sign. The signs is beautiful. Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, we rock with the signs just from a matter of looking at that mug and realizing how everything needs to navigate in the car, right? I know I need to, if you look at your actual car, right, you know you need oil, you need gas, you need power steering, you need brake fluid, you need all of these different fluids. That's your chart. That's your chart. But I'm not riding around all day just, you know what I'm saying? I just know I need to make sure that all of these places are they are properly lubricated, right? I need to make sure all my levels is good, right? My antifreeze, my pistons, everything. I need to make sure all of these are good. So you just making sure that everything in your chart is aligned, right? But we not sitting there uh like you get to the point where you like people are gonna be able to feel that part of your chart because it speaks for itself. It speaks for itself. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'm able to just go in a room and I can feel the day of the week that a person is born, just how they navigate. Oh, this person talk too much and they unbalanced in their words. Dang, it's probably somebody born on a Wednesday that's got a unbalanced throat chakra. You know what I'm saying? Dang, this person is all they want to do is fight. This whole conversation, they've been argumentative. They want to fight. They causing dissension. They probably born on a Tuesday. This person can see both sides. They're interested. They have a balance in the way they communicate. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell if they masculine or feminine in their approach to situations. They probably born on a Thursday. Oh, this person leads with love. All right, but they are a little stubborn. You know what I'm saying? They probably born on a Friday. This all about them. That's all they care about. They just want to be seen. They probably bored on a Sunday. So you start paying attention to all of these different energies. It's beautiful to me. It's just a beautiful thing to me. So anyway, yeah. So Sunday, man, we looking at that. I'm calling in the ancestors, right? We dealing with the 528 hertz. We dealing with the frequency of Sunday. We dealing with the fact that we getting ready to have a full moon. So this is moms and pops coming together, right? Honor thy father and thy mother, right? So your father, the sun, your mother, the moon coming together, right? So your days will be longer, right? Eclipse, right? Eclipse energy. Oh, my bad. Like releasing, like fully releasing things that don't serve you. Like them telling you, like, why is you still doing? It's not working for you. That's not you. That's not what I designed for you. You're forcing yourself to be molded by the world. All right. But it even says, man, be ye not conformed to the world, but be ye transformed by the word and the renewing of your mind, right? I'm not talking about just getting in the Bible and reading the word. I'm talking about the word that comes down through your crown from above, from the creators that's talking to you directly to you to let you know how you're supposed to be moved. You know what I'm saying? Renewing by the words. Do you hear the words that's coming out? You know what I'm saying? Renew, not being conformed to the world, right? The world is going to tell you every day some bullshit for you to tap into. They going to put commercials and advertising out there to tell you you should be like this, you should do this, you should do that, you should have this, you should get that. They're going to feed you with foolishness day all day. The world gonna feed you with foolishness all day. You can go up and down your timeline all day, and the world's foolishness is out here poking. Like, look at the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. We get so wrapped up in the world that we don't take the time. Like, when was the last time you got quiet enough to get clear? You got quiet enough to just sit down and pay attention to what spirit was trying to reveal to you. And how often did we get up before we got the full message? Right? We sit down and we might get quiet enough to get a little bit of the information, right? We only get like the first page, we get the footnotes, right? And then the spirit is like, motherfucker, I wasn't finished. It was more. But wait, it's more. And we didn't went off on this small little portion that we've received, and we like, all right, let's go. And we ain't got the full plan. All right. So we have, you know what I'm saying? Like, slow down and tap in with spirit. Slow down and tap in with spirit. And how do you do that? You slow down and tap in with self. Slow down, tap in with self, remove yourself from the worldly things. Get your ass off of these apps. Get your ass out of these TVs. Stop listening to some of this music. Put you on some frequencies and really tap in with spirit. Like really, really tap in with spirit. I mean, if really at the end of the day, if that's what you're looking for, right? If you're really looking for a connection, a true connection with the divine, right? I'm not talking about going to go. I know scriptures. I know people who know the whole Bible, and they some of the most demonic people in the world. I know people who don't know not damn scripture in the Bible, man, but will give you the shirt off their back. The only scriptures they might know is God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. So in their mind, God so loved the world that I give y'all ass my only begotten shirt. You know what I'm saying? So I know people who know the Bible through and through who are demonic, and I know people who don't know much about the Bible who are like super wonderful people. So it's a balance, right? Knowing the Bible don't mean much to me if you're not living scripture, right? If you're not walking around, that don't mean nothing to me, man. You can tell me I know all the scriptures, right? All right. I'm only concerned with two of the scriptures, right? Love the Lord thy God with all your heart and love your neighbor as yourself, right? Them the main two things that I focus on, right? Those are the most important, right? There are other parts of these scriptures that I'd be like, all right, yeah, I rock with that. I feel that. I'm cool with that. All right, cool. Thanks for the information. But other than that, love the Lord your God with all your heart and uh love my neighbor as I love myself, right? So yeah, man. So, what's up? Yeah. So yeah, this Sunday, right? This eclipse energy. So I'm dealing with this eclipse energy, and I'm like, yeah, pops and moms, stay chilling, having a great time, bringing that energy in. And we did, you know what I'm saying? We did a couple little trails when we did, went, sat down, got us something to eat. Um, the food that we got. That's the weird thing, man. It was the food that we kept getting. The food wasn't really hitting on what we thought it was gonna be, right? I got some seaweed, fried rice, right? So I got some seaweed fried rice with some shrimp. That was straight. Um, we didn't really eat it while we was sitting in the spot. We ended up eating it later on in the room, right? So yeah, Sunday gave us an opportunity to really tap into the energies that were around us. All right. So it really gave us an opportunity to tap into the energies that were around us, and we appreciated it, right? So we what did we end up on Sunday? Huh? How did we finish out our Sunday? What was Sunday? Sunday was solar plexus. That was the day of the eclipse. We went to the two different trails. We took the pictures. Yeah, this late. That's what I got. You got your aura read. I got my aura read on Sunday. Didn't you go get a? I got a read. All right, so I got an aura read. She got a read on Sunday. Yeah, I think Sunday we did some releasing. We definitely did some releasing. Did some burning. Yep, we went live, did some burning, did some releasing, all under that full moon. Yep, all under that full moon. So yeah, Sunday energy was on point, man. It was real. Like really, if you didn't get an opportunity to like do it, that's fine. But think about the beauty of that, right? On a Sunday, on the masculine day, you you have major, you know what I'm saying, major things that occur with mothering energy on a masculine day, right? Because you had a full moon, all right? Full moon, sun and Leo, all right? Sun and Leo, moon, you know what I'm saying? Moon and Aquarius, right? All on the same day, right? So sun and moon and connected, you know what I'm saying? Sun and moon connected between that 5 and 11, right? 511, right? So I've been seeing 511 a lot, right? And yeah, Sunday you had that real 511 energy. You know what I'm saying? 511 because you got 5 for Leo and 11 for Aquarius, right? So yeah, you had that energy on Sunday, right? You had the energy on Sunday. We tapped in with our ancestors. Boom, 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 boom. Right? So mind you, we decided we was gonna stay one more night, man. So Monday we get up, we lay around for a little bit, right? And we thinking to ourselves, we know what we getting ready to do. We're going to the birthing cave. That's what we wanted to do. That's where we started off, right? We was gonna go to the birthing cave. That's where we started. And that's where we ended, right? So we head to the birthing cave. All right, we check out of the space that we in, and we head to the birthing cave. Everybody together, pack up the car. We know after we leave the birthing cave, man, we probably gonna be leaving up out of here. So we get to the birthing cave. Well, we get to the spot where we park to go to the birthing cave, right? We ran into some issues doing that too. So that was funny, right? So we went and we thinking we're gonna park on the side of the road. We didn't end up doing that. We ended up finding some parking a little bit up further in a parking lot, right? We had to wait for an actual park for us to park, but the whole goal was we sat there and hey, get out of there, please. Close it properly. Close it. Jamari, close it. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Black? What about black? I got you. Give me 1 second. Let me finish this real quick and then I got you, okay? All right. All right. So yeah. So put it, close it. Jamari, close it properly. All right. Close it and walk away. We're not supposed to be messing with that. All right, thank you, buddy. So yeah. So we decide this Monday, right? This our day. Monday born mentality, right? This is our day. This is how we rock, right? This is how we rock. We go make things happen on Mondays, right? So that Monday, we out here. We're going we are going to the birthing cave. This is what our goal was to get to the birthing cave. Hold on 1 second, y'all. All right, there we go. Had to get baby boy together, man. So Monday we decide we're going to the birthing cave, right? So we drive to go park, okay? We drive to go park. We find us a park finally, right? And we set off on our trail, right? We set off on our journey. No GPS. We didn't realize we didn't have no GPS until we get halfway into the woods, right? Because we trying to follow the songs. We are trying to follow the signs, right? We not paying attention to not having no GPS or anything like that because all of the other trails that we had been on seemed to be pretty easy, right? They weren't that difficult. You followed the trail. You know what I'm saying? This was the most difficult trail I think that we had to follow, right? And they had multiple points, right? So I think in Boynton's, Dead Man's, Mescal, like it's all of these different, like it's these are the wood, you know what I'm saying? Like you in nature, like what we gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So it's the three of us, right? It is me, my partner, and our 3 year old toddler, right? We are traveling. We out here in these woods, you know what I'm saying? We out here hiking. All right. So we go through part of the Mari, sit down. We go through sit down. We go through part of the trail, right? We go through part of the trail, get lost, had to turn around, right? That was the first part. We go through part of it. It's a lady that walks up on us. She got her phone out. I'm like, you getting service? She like, no, I had turned on my GPS from the beginning, so it's still navigating me. I said, oh, okay, makes sense. So we go the other way, right? We go the other way looking for the birthing cave, right? And at that point, I turned the GPS on. I turned the GPS on because we finally get into a space where there's a little bit of a connection. So I turned the GPS on so it can take us to the birthing cave, right? It does not give me an accurate location of where the birthing cave is, because from what my partner had seen, the birthing cave and where they stopped us, not the same. Not the same at all. There was this spot on my GPS that said, "You're here, you have arrived." And it was in the middle of some rocks. And I'm like, this shit don't look. And my partner is like, this ain't the birthing cave. I'm like, how you know that ain't the, what's up, ladies? I'm like, how you know that ain't the birthing cave? She's like, this is not the birthing cave. I'm like, all right, cool. So we keep on going, right? Just chilling, retelling this story about our time in Sedona. So, how you feeling? So yeah, and we get to the we still looking for the birthing cave, right? We looking for the birthing cave, and what ends up happening is we're getting ready to turn around because it's like I don't know where we going at this point, right? And we're getting further and further away from the car, and I don't see anything in reference to a birthing cave going forward, right? My GPS has told me that we've made it to the location. This ain't it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, 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 for sure, for sure, for sure. So yeah, I'm like, man, this ain't it, man. We got this is all right, cool. What we gonna do? So we decide to keep walking a little bit further, right? We decide to keep walking a little bit further, and we still trying to figure out if we're gonna turn around or not, right? So eventually, an older couple comes behind us, right? All right, us our kind, we don't really do a whole lot of hiking, man. I really want to see us get out of that too, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't see a whole lot of us out there hiking these trails or anything like that, but the Wahitas was out there, you know what I'm saying? They was out there, so we ended up running into a couple, you know what I'm saying? We ended up running into a couple. Thank you. So we run into a couple, and this couple that we run into, they're they're trying to tell us how to get to the birthing cave. They're telling us, yo, this it's beautiful scenery. You go this way, go that way, and you'll finally get there, right? You'll eventually get there, right? And I'm like, all right. But they tell us, they say, just follow us where we're going, and eventually we'll branch off, right? You'll go your way, we'll go our way. But yeah, follow us. They spent like here was the funny part about it, right? So they spent about 2 to 3 minutes arguing over who was right out of the two of them, right? The man is like, well, I'm the map guy, so I'm right. And the wife is like, no, you're not. I know what I've got going on. So this leads us to jump into thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. This leads us to jump into what we do, right? This opens the door for us to implement or integrate what we do, you know what I'm saying, with the days of the week and stuff. So we end up asking them, man, what day of the week was y'all? You know what I'm saying? Of course, the husband was born on a Sunday. Real ego. You know what I'm saying? It's Monday at the time, right? But it's real ego. And when we say something about the ego, the wife says, that's exactly him. So we start laughing. Like, damn. She said, oh shit. So what does that mean about so we get into a cool conversation on our walk, right? Where we're talking about the significances of the days of the week, how it's attached to astrology, and stuff like that, right? I could tell this lady had some information about astrology. She was feigning ignorance, making it seem like she didn't have, and I was cool with it. I love that. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with it because I'm just giving you my viewpoint, how I feel about it, the little information that I've received, right? So we talk. She ends up being born on a Saturday, right? They discussed that. You know what I'm saying? Um. Oh, thank you, thank you. I didn't even know that. Hey, thank you. Okay, cool. Thank you. What does that mean? Y'all know I don't know a whole lot about navigating this. What's the name, man? I don't. I just like coming on here sometimes and just sharing information with people. That'd be my main goal. I come over here and I share some information with people, man. Until I'm just not on this app no more, right? But I come over here and I tap in with people, man, and I like to meet dope people, right? I like to engage and interact with dope people, right? So yeah, so the lady ends up being born on a Saturday, man, and we all sitting there, we talking until we find, and this is where shit changed. Okay, until we get to this spot, and the husband ain't doing no whole lot of talking, right? It's just the wife, me and the wife are talking. My companion, she ain't really even doing a whole lot of talking. She just, she mainly with our son, right? Chilling, right? So me and the wife, we talking, we going back and forth, talking about the significances, and then we finally get to this spot where it's like they can keep going forward, and there is just woods over to the right, and she like, yeah, that's where you go to the birthing cave. And I'm like, oh, for real? Okay. So they give us this small piece of advice, right? Her and the husband. They say, as long as you see this fence on your right side, this black fence on your right side, you're going the right way, right? I'm like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, yeah, she like, as long as you see this fence on the right side, you going the right way. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? So we were walking, and I see this fence on the right side. As long as I see this black fence on the right side, I'm good, right? I'm good. Now, full transparency, right? Full transparency. I am still a young black male from the inner city of California that has traveled around several places, that has not always had positive interactions with our Caucasian people, right? So part of me is trusting this information that they're giving, and part of me is apprehensive because I'm like, what they sitting our ass, y'all you're gonna get fucked up. I could be honest enough to admit that, you know what I'm saying? But they seem like nice, genuine enough people. But I'm not gonna lie, as if my antennas wasn't up when they was like, yeah, y'all going this way and we going that way, and I don't see nothing but woods. And you telling me pay attention to this black fence that's on the right. But we go anyway, right? My partner want to see this birthing cave. Somebody going to go see this damn birthing cave, right? That's all my partner said. She want to see this damn birthing cave. So we going, right? We going to see this damn birthing cave. All right. So we start walking. I saw one person coming back as we were walking, right? Only one. Tall white guy, right? Tall white guy. I'm telling you, I didn't see none of us. I didn't see not one of us out there. And I'm like, hey man, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But I'm not tripping. Thank you for the share. Thank you for the share. I'm not tripping because all in all, I'm like, you know what, man? I know God got us, right? So you walk with a level of faith, right? You know what I'm saying? Faith without works is dead, right? Right. So we, shield of faith on Sunday, belt with the loins of truth, right? In my loins, I know I'm good. I know I'm good. I know God got me. I know God got us, right? In my loins, right? All in my loins. I know this. I know this. But that don't stop. That don't, you got to wait for the commercial. That don't stop the fact that we in these woods, right? So we following this path, right? We see this one young, I want to say young, he probably mid 20s, right? Young mid 20s white guy coming out the path that we going, right? He say, "Hey, how y'all doing?" We say, "What's up?" He see our son riding, running. He like, "Oh, dang!" You know what I'm saying? Everybody that's running in, they like, "Dang, he out here chilling. He on this trail." You know what I'm saying? Yes. He's a Tuesday born, man. Nature is him. He love nature. Rubbing his hands all in the red clay, throwing it all over the place. I'm concerned, right? Because we're climbing highly elevated terrain, right? I'm a dad. I'm a parent, right? And I have a rambunctious son. Bro, I need to hold your hand. He don't want his hand held. I got it. Don't hold hand. No hold hand. Bruh, I don't know. Anything you need to be on my hip. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So we walking, right? We walking. And as we walking, I'm not seeing nothing. I'm not seeing nothing, right? But it's a path. There's actually a path to get to the birthing cave, right? So I can see the path, right? So we're following. We finally get to a spot where you can see the birthing cave above, but you see the difficulty to reach it. Now, at this point, we have to make we have to make just gotta make a real decision, right? We have to make a real decision. Okay. Who the hell going up there, right? Are we turning all the way around and saying F it? Or is one of us, thank you, or is one of us gonna take our butt up there, right? So we can at least know, right? Because we supposed to be as one, right? So if you go, I'ma feel it. If I go, you gonna feel it, right? But somebody need to take their ass up there and go take a picture. But all three of us can't go. This shit look wild. And I don't know if y'all ever been there, but if y'all ever get an opportunity, man, I'd love to get a bunch of people together, man, and we go on a nature journey in Sedona, right? Very peaceful. I would love for a lot of us to get together, right? And go do it. You know what I'm saying? I would love that. I would love that because it's you got that feminine energy, you got masculine energy, you just had the beauty of all of the energies that were out there, right? So we're going up to go experience this feminine energy on this feminine energy day, right? It's the moon day. It's Monday. Feminine energy. The birthing cave, that's a feminine energy space. All right. What are we birthing? What are we birthing? Right? So, what it literally is, like if I wish I could, let me see if I could drop the picture and nah, because I'm on a solo. All right. I wish I could drop y'all this picture, man. I think I'm gonna try and post it somewhere, right? I might post it on my Instagram. So if y'all follow me on Instagram, y'all will be able to see that. I'll post it before the end of the day, right? So if you look up and you see it looks like a womb, it looks like a heart, it looks like all of these different things, right? But like looking at it, it's an open space. It's an open space, but once you get up there, like you could literally look out over all, like you could look out over Sedona, right? So that's frightening in itself, right? You ain't up there with nothing to hold on to or anything like that. You just up there, you know what I'm saying? You just up there. You got to climb up all of this like even now retelling this story, I'm thinking about what was going on in my head at the time. Okay. I'm thinking about that, right? I leave my son and my companion on a rock at the lower terrain portion, and I still have a little bit of ways to climb upwards to get to the birthing cave, right? When I get up there, it's two white ladies, two middle-aged white ladies that are up there, and they're even further up in the cave. One of them is at the bottom portion, and she's like, "Yeah, my friend went all the way to the top. You should feel for. I'm good. I'm here. It took enough to get my ass up here. No, I'm not that guy where I feel like I got. Yeah, I'm looking at this, bro. These Air Max that I got on right now. These not. You know how they say these boots are made for walking. These Air Max is not built to be goddamn trying, right? Trying it like that. So I'm like, nah, man, I'm not going no further up. I got here. I'm gonna take a couple pictures. I'm gonna do this quick little video just to show, you know what I'm saying? I was here. I'm gonna speak to the rock. I'm gonna speak to the birthing cave. Give thanks. All right. I must not have birthed the right thing, right? So here's what happened. All right, this is the point. Go take your time, get your popcorn ready. You know what I'm saying? Because here is the part of the story that gets wild. All right, this is the part of the story that gets wild. Okay. Mm. So we get we start making our way down. We start making our way down from the birthing cave. All right. I come down, I meet them on the level that they're at, right? Now we gotta find our way from this level back down to the trail. All right. The ladies had already left. Now, what I should have done, or what we should have done, is follow behind them. I said in my head that I was going to do that because clearly they found their way here with no issues, so they can find their way back with no issues. But that's not what happened. We were behind them a little bit further than I anticipated. And as we trying to find our way back to the main road, there was a part where I feel like we zigged when we should have zagged, and it went all the way off the rails from there. Okay, it went all the way off the rails from there. What ends up happening from there, we start venturing off on the path where we don't see any path, we don't see any trail, we don't see any people, we don't see anything. We in the woods. We out here. We out here and we don't know what's going on. It feels wild. It feels wild. But we walking. We walking. We got to be we just came from over there, so we have to be making our way back to the beginning, right? We have to. In my logical mind, this is what I'm thinking. We have to be making our way back to the beginning. As long as we're going, as long as we're going this way. Still, we have no service. No service at all. All right. The goddamn it's a band-aid on the screen. SOS band-aid. You know what I'm saying? There is no service. We are in the woods and we have no service. We just finished the last of the water that we had. I gave it to them. Y'all drink this water and we are lost. We've been walking for about 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and we are lost. My partner is throwing up. She's dehydrated now. She's fallen a couple times. She's been hit with a branch. Her vision is not as good in one eye. All right. Which is another reason why once we got to the birthing cave, I was like, man, I don't think both of us should go up there, man. I'll go up there because that shit, I was scared. Me. There was fear. I was dealing with the level of fear when I did that. I dealt with my own level of fear, right? And I wasn't trying to push that off on her or anything like that. But I know if I'm dealing with that, and both of my eyes were hella good. I couldn't see her going up there, man, with you know what I'm saying? With sometimes limited vision at times and trying to make her way up there, man. I would have yeah, I would have been feeling some kind of way the whole time she was trying to make her way up there, man. So I'm glad that she, you know what I'm saying, she wasn't like, no, I got, you know what I'm saying? Because I'd have been like, oh man, I'm just glad we made it, right? So yeah, we walking, man, we lost. No, no freaking, hey, close that. Close it. Close it. We have no way of contacting anybody. So finally, we have to send out a distress signal. This is what ends up happening. My partner has gotten to the point she sat down on a rock, said, I ain't going no further. They gonna have to come get me. Now we done seen this. I done seen this in movies, man. I done watched this in movies, man. One of my favorite shows used to be Firehouse Country or Fire Country or right. You know what I'm saying? So you see the firemen and stuff having to go rescue people, doing hikes and stuff like that. I didn't ever think that I was gonna be one that had to get rescued. Okay, go sit down, or I'm gonna turn this off. I didn't think I was gonna ever be the one that was gonna have to be rescued. Yes, that's what happened. Right. So we out here, man. She's sitting on this rock. We can't get any good service. They're telling us with the service. They're like, turn to the left, turn to the right. Right. There's an emergency, I guess, an emergency frequency that they were able to tap into to actually text us, even though we didn't have any service, right? So that we're able to go back and forth. They're asking us questions. Is anybody hurt? Do you need medical attention? Do you need this? Do you need that? I'm like, I'm like, nah, my partner is dehydrated. They like, do you have any food and water? I'm like, nah, we done with the food. You know what I'm saying? We don't have anything out here. We was making our way back. We was making our way back. We was good. We thought we was gonna be back. It wasn't gonna be no problem. Mind you, I'm glad we checked out the hotel. Because we was gonna go on this trail and then come back. What's up, twin? We was gonna go on this trail and then come back, right? And check out the hotel. But we checked out the hotel first. We checked out the hotel first. So the fact that we was up here in these mountains lost was like, uh-oh. So yeah, we're sitting on this rock. What's up? What's up? What's up? We're sitting on this rock, waiting on somebody to come rescue us. We don't know where the hell we are. We have no idea where we are. All we know is we came back from the birthing cave and we tried to make it back to the road. there's there's nothing there's nothing that I see that seems like road in front of us, right? So yes, my partner, she stops, she sits on this rock. I'm not going any further. Our son starts throwing rocks. He's out here playing in nature, and we have no signal. We have no signal. We are stranded. SOS. We ain't SOL though. All right, we was SOS, but we was not SOL. So I respect that. I appreciate that. Right, we were in a SOS situation, but we were not SOL. All right, and that right there is beautiful in itself. All right, we were in an SOS situation, but we were not SOL, and we had to wait. Right, so this is when shit gets funny. Right, to me, this is when shit gets funny. Right. So my partner hears a helicopter above. She like, oh yeah, they coming to get us. I said, man, ain't nobody finna airlift your ass up out of here for dehydration. This is when we got to laugh, right? This is when we got an opportunity to laugh, right? As fearful as the situation could have presented itself, even more so, right? There was an opportunity where we were able to sit back right there in that space and have some laughter, right? She started laughing. She was like, "What? They're not gonna come airlift us?" I said, "Man, ain't nobody coming to airlift your ass for dehydration." And I had already been looking. I had already been looking at the text messages in between from the SOS messaging where they said we have people hiking towards you right now, right? So we still sitting there. We still sitting there on that rock, and I'm a little apprehensive. I sitting still doesn't work for me, right? I don't think it doesn't work for me or my son. My companion, she can sit still. She knows when it's time to just sit still, right? And I respect that. I love that. All right. So this was one of those, and this is from the outside looking in. The beauty of the situation in which I had to look at it is, this was one of those moments where the divine stepped in and really had to show and prove on our behalf, right? So you're looking at me. We're both born on a Monday, but you're looking at two different versions of Monday borns, right? You got one that he know he lost, but he gonna keep going until he figure his way out to safety. And you got another one who knows she lost, and she like, hell no, some 639. Somebody need to come get us. Somebody need to come get us. We not gonna keep going, right? So I had to really yield to her discernment, right? And understand that she was making a valid point. What she had going on, that was valid. We lost. We need to stop. Because we're gonna get more and more lost. You know what I'm saying? We're going, we don't know where we're going. We don't have um we don't have any we don't know what the heck is going on, right? We don't have anything in front of us that shows us that we go on the right path, right? All I see is there is a small little blip that shows that the main road is going that way, right? It doesn't show what I'm gonna have to go through or what we're gonna have to go through. It just shows that the main road is that way, right? So eventually we start within 10 to 15 minutes, we start hearing voices whistling, right? A little bit of whistling, people alerting us to the fact that they're on the way to us, right? So they're coming from other areas. One coming from this way, the other ones is coming from this way. All right. And we get saved. All right, we get rescued. Okay, we get rescued. The first person that shows up is the sheriff's office, right? Guy named Trevor. Shout out to Trevor. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Trevor. Trevor came through. He had 2 bottles of water. Now, here is an interesting thing, right? Y'all know me, man. Y'all know me. Y'all know how I be talking about bottled water and stuff like that. And how I don't like to drink out of non BPA plastic material bottles and stuff like that. Let your ass be out there stranded in the woods, dehydrated a little bit, man. If somebody come up to you and offer you, I couldn't see myself. I drank a little bit, right? You know what I'm saying? I couldn't see myself denying these Niagara plastic bottled waters. You know what I'm saying? That I know are not BPA free. Man, give me this water, man. I'm dehydrated. I got you. Let me drink a couple of these. All right. And then gave it to the family. You know what I'm saying? Let everybody get dehydrated. I mean, let everybody get some hydration. So that was good. That was good, right? So we get some hydration. Trevor helps us get uh to another portion, right? So they're under the impression that my companion is hurt, not just dehydrated, right? Because you don't know. You dealing with somebody, they're in terrain. If they're saying they're dehydrated, it could be deeper than what you expect, right? So it could be a whole lot deeper, right? So we meet Trevor. Trevor helps us navigate to where other other rescuers are, right? So it's a whole team that they put together to rescue the 3 of us, right? So they put this whole team together. They got a gurney for my companion. But she like, nah, I don't need it. I'm good. I should be able to walk. You know, she's asthmatic too. We both are. We both are. Like if y'all would have heard me breathing going up to the birthing cave, like if y'all would have heard that, that's how I knew like this ain't we ain't going no further. Like this is crazy. I'm at this high elevation. Yeah, my breathing is labored. I'm up here like I'm recording myself, right? I recorded myself, and she was the one that brought it to my attention when I played the recording for her. Once we finally got to the point where we were stationary, she's like, "Damn, babe, I hear you. You breathing hard as hell." I was like, "Yeah." I'm part of me is tripping about this high ass elevation, and the other part of me is worried about y'all down there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, on the way back, getting lost. Yeah, that was like the icing on the cake. So yeah, they come to get us, man. They grab us, slide us through, man. We start walking, and here's where it gets even funnier, right? This is how funny this trip was. This is how funny this day was, right? Again, we were supposed to leave to head back in town yesterday, but we went to the birthing cave. All right. I'm happy about it. I'm thankful that we went, right? Because that was originally what it was one of the vortexes we wanted to go to, right? So it was a part of the spaces that we wanted to go to. All right. So I think we made it to what? 4 out of the 7. Yeah, we did the Holy Cross. We did the birthing cave. We did um shit, maybe even more than that, right? Because we did Mescal. We did Mescal. We did Cathedral Rock. I know we was I know we Cathedral Rock is the feminine one. Mescal is the masculine one. I want to say the birthing. I want to say the birthing cave is masculine and feminine. I had to go. The birthing cave is feminine. Okay. All feminine energy at the womb. That's feminine energy. That's how I wanted to go. But I feel like it had. I don't know. I definitely know it's feminine. Yeah, I definitely know it's feminine. But yeah, so they come and rescue us, man. They asked her if she need the gurney. She like, nah, I'm good. So we finally make it. We finally make it to yeah, yeah, for sure. For sure. For sure. The fact that we was with a toddler and a dog all at the same time and we were able to accomplish the stuff that we accomplished while we was there is freaking amazing. It's freaking amazing. The fact that we got lost, we got rescued, and we wasn't like overwhelmed by it is amazing to me as well, right? So we get rescued, right? We get rescued. They get us, and we get back to the main road. Now, when we get back to the main road, now the goal is we have to find our car. They take us to the ambulance. Well, they take us to the rescue truck. We're in the rescue truck. While we're in the rescue truck, they're focused on getting us hydrated. um, things of that nature. So we focused on hydration. We're focused on hydration. That's one of the main focuses, right? And I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? We get hydrated, everything good. And they like, you know where y'all parked? I've been trying to explain this to everybody the whole time because I'm thinking I know where we parked, right? But we can't find it. We can't find it. We end up running into the spot where we parked the first day that we got there and did not go to the birthing cave, right? Which honestly, if we would have parked there this time, it was a lot closer to the birthing cave than where we did park, which is funny. Right now that I'm looking back in on it, right where we parked the first day was a lot closer to the birthing cave than where we parked on Monday. So now we are riding around, right? My son. Oh, matter of fact, let me stop, right? Shout out to the rest of the rescuers that showed up after Trevor, right? Shout out to Jeff. Big shouts out to Jeff, right? Jeff came, picked my son up, man, and carried him the rest of the way, right? And really, you know what I'm saying, really looked after him, man, gave him a shark, gave him a fireman hat, you know what I'm saying, made sure that the little man was good, man. And me and him had a dope conversation on our walk back. You know what I'm saying? I was asking questions, man. Y'all always got to come rescue people. Y'all gonna put us up on the board. You easily gonna be like two Monday borns got stuck out here. Got Dave Sedona. Yeah, happy U Day too. How was your U Day yesterday? Twist. But yeah, two Monday borns got stuck out and got Dave Sedona in the hills going to the birthday cake. He was like, nah, man, we run through stuff like this all the time, man. He used to talk about how they was gonna have to airlift somebody else, so it was fun. And then Maddie, shout out to Maddie because she ended up she was doing the driving and me and Maddie had to sit up in the front seat and I couldn't figure out where the heck we parked. We was riding around in a circle, but I knew specific things about where we parked. I said, hey, we made a right at a three-way stop. And after we made that right, we turned off and to the right into a parking lot and it said no further street parking past this point. I said, if I don't see that sign, I don't know where the car at. We drove around in a circle the whole time and couldn't find it. Finally, Jeff was like, it's gotta be back on this other road, man. If we drove around in a circle doing all this, it's gotta be back on this other road. And I'm asking Maddie, I'm like, yo, do are there three-way stops that lead into this spot in more than one location? She like, I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? I don't think so. So we ride around and yes, we end up running into another three-way stop after about 5-10 minutes. So the fact that we came out on this trail walking and had gotten lost, we were gonna be even and shout out to my companion saying, no, we need to stop and get some help. Because we would have been, once we got out of that, we would have been even more lost based on where we came out at to get back to the car. We would have been even more lost. Like we would have been screwed. It would have been messed up. Right. I visualized it. That wouldn't have been cool. Cause I looked at what happened when we was driving back to the car. And that was a long way. It was a long ways. But yes, we finally made it back to the car. Made it back to our dog. He was chilling. He was laying down. Got him out, let him walk, use the bathroom a little bit. And immediately we looked at each other. We said, we need to get the hell up. Uh-oh, time to go. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we ended up driving back in town that day. And when you go through certain experiences, right? When you go through certain experiences, you laugh about them. And one of the things that we decided to do when we came back, all I could think about, right? I hadn't eaten the whole day. I had not eaten. I hadn't put anything in my body, right? No food, nothing, nothing, right? So I'm like, man, after that, I want something amazing to eat, right? So I wanted some homemade mac and cheese, and some baked chicken. That's like my inner child meal, man. My pops used to make that for me. back in the day, right? My pops and my moms, you know what I'm saying? So it, baked mac and cheese, homemade mac and cheese with some baked chicken and some broccoli. I was like, yeah, man, after this experience of us getting caught out here in this terrain and having to be rescued, yeah, man, I'm gonna go home and we're gonna have us a beautiful Monday born meal. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have us a beautiful home cooked Monday born meal, man. Just to give thanks to the fact that, man, we went through this experience. We was SOS, but we wasn't SOL. We was SOS, man. So a couple of things that it helped me identify, right? One, we have become so conditioned off of technology that what do you do in spaces where technology cannot assist you? What do you do? You know what I'm saying? What do you do in spaces where technology can no longer assist you? And that's what we were in. We were in a space where technology could not assist us, not the way we needed it to. Let me be mindful, right? It could not assist. Well, let me be even more mindful, right? Because it did assist us the way we needed it to, not the way we wanted it, right? We wanted it to assist us in a way in which we was able to navigate ourselves, right? All right. We needed it to assist us to get help. So it worked for the SOS. It didn't work for anything else. And even once we got rescued, the phone still didn't work. I don't think the phone worked until we drove out of Sedona. Until we drove away from where we was. Then the phone started working once we got back on the highway and started heading back in town, man. So that was our journey. That was our journey, right? So that was Sunday, that was Monday, all right? That was fixed energy, cardinal energy, okay? That was 528 and 741, or 528 and 417. All right, energy. And that was two people uh working together, right? And having an opportunity to know when you need to call in and ask for help. Knowing when you need to step outside of your pride and say, I need some assistance. And knowing, right? Knowing how everything works together for the good of those who love and who are called according, right? So you think about what we've been talking about this whole time, sun, moon, rising, right? This is what we had. Me as the sun, her as the moon, and our son as the rising, right? So father, mother, and child, right? This trinity out here in the woods and knowing, hey, we need some assistance. We need some assistance. Me as a man not being too ego, not being too ego led, and understanding that the feminine energy, my companion is making a valid point. She's overextended herself. And now we need some assistance. We're lost. We need some assistance. Yes, our son is a trooper, but he needs some assistance too, man, because he want to be picked up. He like, pick up. I don't want to walk no more. Pick me up. So yes, being mindful of the fact that, yeah, it's time for us to get some assistance. And I'm thankful for those things. 654. I'm thankful for those things, right? So today is 9/9. You already know the beauty of that. So you go from all of that we experienced, right? Full moon Aquarius, right? The Monday energy the day after, that was 9/7, right? That Monday energy 7/8/9. 7/8/9 for me, man. That is the sequence of my life. That's my son's birthday, my birthday, my sister's birthday. All three of us Ophiuchus sun rays. You know what I'm saying? 7/8/9, December 7th, 8th, 9th, right? So when I look at 7/8/9 and I'm looking at the fact that this is what happened, you know what I'm saying? What's up, C note? Uh the 7th. We went through that on the 7th. We went through that on the 8th, and now we on the ninth day, and that 9-9 energy, that amplified 9 energy, and you know what 9 is about. That's that completion, right? So you got Sunday energy, Monday, Tuesday, right? Solar plexus, sacral root. You know what I'm saying? Sun, moon, rising. All right. Sun, moon, rising, man. So yeah, that was our experience, man. Our experience in Sedona. Hiking the trail, having to be rescued, right? Having to be rescued after hiking the trail to the birthing cave. Hiking the trail to the birthing cave, and on our way back from the hiking trail to the birthing cave, having to be rescued in Sedona, Arizona. Me, the sun, my companion, the moon, and our son, the rising, right? Sun, moon, rising, getting rescued in Sedona. One of the most it was a cool experience. It was a cool experience, man. We didn't have to get airlifted, but yeah, I think yeah, that shit was funny. Well, she was like, "Oh, the helicopter, they coming for us. They coming to get us." I said, "Babe, ain't nobody finna air. They ain't finna airlift your ass up out of here for dehydration." But I get it. I get it. So we know next time. We know next time. One, my this. So I tell my sister, right, when we finally get back. My sister said, "Y'all ain't had no white tour guides." I said, "What?" She said, "You don't go hiking without no white tour guide. What's wrong with you?" I don't like that for us. I don't like that for us, man. We need to be more. We need to be more. No, I was telling you, how was your Monday? How was your Monday? How was your Monday yesterday? I didn't get a chance to tap in with you yesterday and tell you happy Monday, right? Um, yeah, just because of everything that we had going on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's what I was asking. Productive. Good, 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 good. All right. So here, let me see something. Boom. All right. Let me stop.